Hi everyone! The purpose of this video is to explain your museum visit project. It's one of two major projects that you'll have over this semester. So we are in the museum project section. I will show you how I got there. So if we open up our shell, our course shell, I'm navigating to the museum project, project 1 museum visit. Click on that, and this is what you should have available to you. So there's a couple of things that I want to say first and foremost. You are going to upload your assignment to this section right here. So when I open this up, you'll see that you have the instructions. You have a link to the museum visit rubric here, but you also have you have a rubric here. They are the same thing. The only thing that's they are the same thing. I apologize. I thought the only thing that's slightly different is the layout. So you have that rubric here, and you also have this rubric here. Both say the exact same thing. So we'll go through the rubric. You are going to choose an established art museum, whether it be online or in person. And I strongly recommend attending in person for a more authentic experience. So I want to just speak a little bit about that. Many things happened during the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic, that were awful, but one of the better things that happened were a lot of museums really upped the rigor of their websites because they wanted to try to entice people that were home to do something or have an option to do while they were home. So they made their websites a lot more interactive and engaging, and they have kept up with it post the pandemic. So if you are in a position where you are not able to get to an established museum in person, you can go online. However, I will say that I have many students every semester that have never gone to an art museum come back and say, you know, I never went to an art museum, but I'm so happy I had this project because I really did get more a different experience and a more engaging experience when I went in person. But far be it for me to tell you what to do. If you are someone that cannot get there, that's fine. It's no judgment whatsoever. If you are in a position where you can't go to an established museum because of financial reasons, please know that Tungus, through their library, you can rent passes to many of the local museums in central Connecticut. So you can go to, first and foremost, you can go and use the gallery at Tungus for this project. I can't remember what exhibition is currently running, but there's always an exhibition running. You can go to the Hillstead, which is in Farmington, the Wadsworth Atheneum, the New Britain Museum of American Art, the Yale Gallery, and Florence Griswold Museum. All of those are very local to central Connecticut, and we at Tungus all have passes. As a student, you can go to the library and rent out a pass, so your admission is free. Also, looking at the various museum websites, I know that they also offer student discounts and or student free admission days. So if you are someone who's interested in attending in person, but just are a little apprehensive because of financial reasons, please know that many museums will offer some kind of benefit because you are a student. So please, I encourage you to check that out. Okay, so beyond going to a museum, what is it that you need to do? You're going to explore the collections and exhibitions. You're going to select 2 works of art that capture your attention, either in a good way or a bad way. You could do one of each. The 2 works of art are completely up to you. You are going to be talking about the works of art, so please ensure that whatever works of art you choose, you're going to feel comfortable talking about. You're going to need to have an image of both works of art. So if you are going in person to an established museum, please make sure that you are able to take photos of the works. 9 times out of 10 you're able to. You're not able to use a flash though, because over time that can deteriorate the work of art. But just make sure before you take the photo that you're actually able to take a photo. If you're doing this online, you just want to grab an image of the artwork, whether it be through the website itself, the museum website itself, or on Google. It's up to you. But please make sure that you have images of both artworks. You're also going to need to have the artist information, so name, title, time period, and a statement if it's available. Sometimes you won't always have that information, but again, there's always going to be an info card next to the work of art that usually gives that information. If there's no name, it'll say no name or title. If there's no time period, exact time period, it'll give a roundabout, so that would work out fine. Please make sure that when you are writing your paper, you use proper APA citations when you are citing that portion of the artwork, because really, that's the only portion that's going to come not from you. Everything else is going to come from you, so that's really the only part of this assignment that you're going to have to worry about a citation. Okay. Then you're going to begin deconstructing by analyzing the elements and principles of art in each artwork. You're going to evaluate how the artist utilized these elements, providing specific examples of effectiveness or ineffectiveness. So think about media use, think about if you know the artist's intent, were they able to get their opinions across or their point of view, perceptions across accurately, or did something, in your opinion, muddy that up a little bit. You're going to examine, we just talked about the media. You're going to explore the artwork's meaning and the artist's intention. This is really important because this is not always going to be the case. If the intention is unknown, you're going to infer based on the elements and principles of art present. So you're going to list the elements and principles of art. You're going to take that evidence and then begin your own interpretation of what the artist could be trying to get across. 9 times out of 10, it goes beyond surface value. So if you're looking at a still life or a portrait, it's generally not because the artist was like, oh, I feel like making a portrait today, and I'm just going to choose anybody. There's usually a symbolic meaning behind it. Same with a still life or even a landscape. You're going to express your personal preference for or against the artwork, providing reasons for your opinion. So you're going to judge it, and telling me that you like it just isn't going to cut it. You got to dig a little bit deeper, and using the evidence gathered throughout the deconstruction process, that's where you're going to be able to tell me, well, I like this because of X, Y, and Z. Lastly, you're going to analyze the 2 chosen works of art together, identify common threads, and articulate why you selected these particular works of art. That is what you're going to write to. And then over here is how I'm going to grade you. It's only going to be 3 sections. The first one is depth and relevancy and reflection of ideas and opinions. So you have below standard, developing, proficient, and exemplary. Then I'm going to grade you on the clarity of your ideas and the organization of your ideas. Are you, can I follow you in a systematic way throughout your process, or are you all over the place? And then also, thirdly, I'm going to be looking at the mechanics of writing. So this is not an English class. This is an art class. I am not going to be, looking at proper use of a comma. But I am going to be looking for proper punctuation as far as capital letters. While I love laughing out loud, I will not LOL if you put that in your paper. So please make sure that you are organizing this in a way that is professional. There is not a word limit on this, but what you will want to do, and I will attach it in here. I don't know why it's not in here. Perhaps it's back here. It's going to be 12-point font, Times New Roman. But let me just go back. I thought I don't have it in here, so I will put that in here. It will need to be 12-point font, Times New Roman, and generally I'm looking for around 3 to 5 pages. Enough to get your ideas out, your opinions out, and be able to express to me the criteria by which you are constructing your paper. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'd be happy to help you.